Hi guys, welcome to the 49th episode of the webcast. Today we're going to be talking a bit more about NURBS, how we can do much more stuff, and how to manipulate them so that we won't, happen to say have unwanted results when we start modeling. Yeah, I mean, NURBS, they can also be a very helpful tool when creating, say, organic objects, but not too random. I mean, you can create, for example, let's say you can create a very illustrious tap, from of a sink, or the sink itself, or a bathtub, or a propeller. You can also make propellers very, very easily. Things that could be harder when you would say use spline cages instead. Okay, spline cages give you more control, however, but they're much harder to manipulate if you are not very, very familiar with them. Okay. Yeah, so let's get right to it. So let's see now. As we said earlier, NURBS, if you want to activate the NURB cage, you have to have quads. Okay, so say I have a cube, but yeah, so with tab I can start working with NURBS. However, nobody is, there's no rule that says it has to be a three-dimensional object. So it can be, for example, a quad. Okay, so you can have a circle while manipulating this. So for example, you can create stuff like that. Okay. Or say you can have, let's say I want to create a box, say here. Okay, but I want to have two segments, so it works with NURBS very, very effectively. So I have my x-axis. I want two segments on the x-axis, so I'll just type 2. So now I'm going to have two segments, two quads here. Okay. So now when I press tab, I get another shape. Okay. I hope that is quite clear. And from here I can, do stuff. I mean, if I have an object whose cross section is like that. Okay, for example, let me work a bit on that and say, okay, I want, let us bevel it a bit. Okay, oops, sorry, there, bevel, there, and I'll just drag it a bit. Okay, so now I'm having some, say, what is that? Great. I can have, say, something like this. I can, of course, let me show you some, say this, and I can, let's say I have 3 segments. Okay. Sorry. 3 segments here. Okay, so it becomes this. Okay. So it all comes to wait a minute, there, it all comes to how I'm imagining. I mean, I have to be a bit I have to work with NURBS for a while so that I will be able to translate real life object or imaginary objects that I want to model into how I would do that with NURBS. Okay. So let's say now I have this cube with these segments here. So if I press tab, so I get something like this. So as I see it, it can very easily be manipulated to a say a couch pillow. Okay. Of course, I have to make arrangements for the other half as well, so I wouldn't want to have this here. So you can see that there's something missing here. So I'll just I can just fill out the here, say my points, for example. Okay, here. Hi Volcaro. Happy International Amiga Day. Yeah, I totally forgot. No, wait, wasn't it the 30th? So you by the way, you can see here how that you can create a say a couch pillow, for example. So you can manipulate it a bit there, for example. Okay, so you can get symmetric, organic like objects. Okay, now that I have shown you that, we will try to create let's create a sink. Okay, so we'll start from a cube, of course, once more. Let's keep it here. Okay, 31st of May then. I forgot, sorry. I totally forgot. Anyway, so here I'll just reset that to the default. So I just need one now. Okay, so now I have my this shape that I would like to work with. Now the important thing is to, let's say, okay, I have round shapes everywhere. So if I freeze that, I get this. So I get a meatball like thing. Anyway, so the thing is now I can let me see if I did that correctly. Yeah, so let's go here and we'll start building it out. So 0 shifting. So great. Okay, so let me see here what I am doing. Perhaps, yep, once more. So I'll just building this up. Okay. Now, the important thing to note with NURBS is that it's very useful if you want this to be, say, a more abrupt ending without it being rounded. You can just, if you have one polygon, you can just bevel, sorry, with everything to 0. Okay, so you will have this. Okay, and you will have this end, so it will end abruptly, so you won't have to wonder, or you won't have to do boolean after that. So now working with this. Okay, so let's say you got this one here. No, that was too much. Did you get this guy to get it on top, perhaps there? There. So I want this flat region here. Okay, so once more I will be doing the same to this point. I perhaps would like to say here, or something like this anyway. Okay, so you can see where this is going. I mean, this is a cross section of the of my sink, you know. So there, something like this. So you have this guy here. Now I'm going to create to edit it from this side, so that it will be, you know, more more it will look like more of a of a sink. So something like this. There. You can work on symmetry later, perhaps. Oh no, not actually, for sure, no. There. There. Okay. For example, if you want to, let's say, I see some discrepancies here, so let's duplicate what is going on here. Okay. Let me see now. This is these points here, for example. Let's see. Here and here, so I have the same x. So 1 meter minus 1 meter. So these are correct. Okay, now I have these ones, 9 minus 900. These are correct. You can have the grid so that it will, just like I do right here. 320 minus 320. So everything is symmetric in this view. Okay. So if I go back, so this is the shape I'm getting in my, you know, if I deactivate the NURBS. Okay, so this is it. Again, if I freeze now with Control D, this is what I get. Okay. Undo. So I'm getting back to my NURBS cage. There. So now I'm selecting. Now I'm selecting those 3 control polygons. All right. I'll be selecting those 3 control polygons. 3. I don't need these guys. Okay. And I will be using smooth shift. Okay. Now a note about smooth shift. Sometimes it's there's a bug in modeler. So if you sometimes it crashes. So I'll just take my precautions and save before I do any smooth shifting. Okay, so let's say basin 2 cage or NURBS. There. Okay, so there. So now, having selected all these 3, I'll just smooth shift, okay, with 0 as offset, so that they will sit on top of each other. So there. Let's see what happened. See what happened now. So now this is more flat. Okay, this looks even more like a basin or something, you know. And now I will start to hold on, let me save that once more. Basin to NURBS 2. There. Okay. And saving and selecting these 3. I think I did. Wait a minute. undo. There, yeah. So let me. No, that was correct, really. There. Now I have this here, and now I'll just smooth shift once more. And the second smooth shifting, I'll just start editing, by stretching it inwards, so that to start the whole of the basing. Okay. Let me see if I have done everything correctly. Really, there are some. See this? Do you see all these points that it's kind of asymmetric? So I can just, let's see, I can just take this and use this height 520 millimeters to put them all in order. So I'll just use this set value 500 millimeters to put this here. So let's see what happens now. This is somewhat more symmetric. Okay. So now I'll just select these three. Just is an understatement, but anyway, yeah, let me. There, those three. And smooth. No. I'll just start getting down now. See, if I start do that, it won't have a control surface to keep the lip of the sink. So I'll just undo, smooth shift once more. I'm not beveling now, I'm smooth shifting, because bevel will divide these polygons, So, and now by having the new points, I'll start going down. And now you can see what's starting to happen here. There. Okay. So doing this, I can see here also that there is some. So this can follow, I mean, the bottom surface here. So I'll just start manipulating the points here. So this is something like this, but anyway, yeah, no, I think it's too much there, and perhaps to a so something like this. Okay. There. Okay, so let's see how that will look like. So my preview is quite yeah, let me, yeah, that's how that will look like, Okay, so that is my second attempt on the sink. So I'll just let me go back, and now I'll just save that as NURBS 3 and freezing that. Okay, I can save that as basin 2 polys. Okay, so that is for the basin. I can show you my other attempt when I was preparing the show. So this is the other basin here. Okay, I think that's much better, but anyway, yeah. Okay. Now, when you freeze a NURBS gauge, okay, so let me show you now. When you freeze the NURBS gauge, you have to take into account that no, not this one. I wanted the NURBS here. So you have to take into account that if you're doing only polygons, you will certainly have non-planar polygons. Okay, so if I freeze now here, okay, now now this frozen geometry. If you go to statistics with W and press on non-planars, you're going to have non-planar polygons. Okay, so you see 5.8 flatness and so on. One thing to remedy that is you can go to data options and change into triangles. So say if I change into triangles, okay, and freeze, now I have no planars. Okay, guaranteed, no planners. So yeah, so that will render more smoothly, and it won't have any errors on the shadowing, or any strange angles, or if you want to say displace it, it will displace very nicely. The disadvantage for that is that it has a bigger polygon count. Okay, so I have 2,200 polygons here. Okay, and the quads, if I have quads, I will be having half of them. Okay, so it's whichever road you would choose. For that. You can also have this this option in automatic. Okay, and you will have this. So you will have a mix of triangles and quads, which is quite fine. I mean, the renderer will render them just fine, just because there won't be any planners. Okay, see, no planners, and the polygon count is like 1457. So you can select that road too. Okay, just have in mind that displacing that will have some errors, will cause some errors. So if you want to displace, let's say you have you create a spaceship and you want it to appear and disappear just like the shadows displacing thing, wavy thing. So you have to have triangles. Okay. So having said that, let's try and expand our NURBS tool. Create something by thinking a bit differently. So let's say I want to create. Okay, let's start being a bit more ambitious. No, let's start by trying to create a propeller. Okay, an aircraft propeller. So first I want to have a disc. Okay, I'm creating a cylinder. And in my numeric requester, I'll just go, let's say I want to have a 3 wing propeller, so I'll just have 6 sides and 1 segment, and I'll leave all the other as they are. So I have this shape here. Okay, now this shape has quads, and it also has two shapes that they don't have quads. Actually, this is a hexagon, and the two hexagons on top and bottom. Okay. If I try to do that, if I try to change it to meta NURBS, so I'll just get that error message, and it will change only my quads into hexagons, okay, into NURBS. So I'll just go ahead and select all these. Wait a minute, I can actually, before I go to meta NURBS, I can just create the shape of my propeller, okay, by working with beveling. So let's say my inset shall be 100 millimeters, and then the shift shall be 100 millimeters. No, undo. Now I have to select this one. Not all of them. Bevel. And here. Okay. I'll just move a bit to this, and then once more, and start building the basis of my propeller. So here. Okay. Okay, let's do one more. Something like this. Something like this. Okay. Now, opening polygon count, polygon statistics, and I see here I have three vertices polygons, not nothing. I have 4 vertices polygon. I have more than 4 vertices polygons. So these two are going to be selected and deleted. Okay, and now I can start working with my propeller. So as you can see now, the model did not complain because there are only quads here. Okay, so now I have 6 sides to work with. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to select 2 polygons from here, 2 polygons from here, and 2 polygons from here. Actually, no, I will select these 2 and these 2. Okay, so you see how I have selected these guys here. Okay, I'm just going up, back. Now you have to remember that bevel is not the tool of our choice here, because bevel is going to do this. It's going to divide these. I mean, it's going to expand each polygon for its own on its own. Okay, so let me undo. So what I want to do is my smooth shift. Before doing smooth shift, let me save once more. Propeller, NURBS 1. Okay, once more, let me select it. Those 2. Yep, there. And I'll start smooth shifting now. And now I'm going to choose, say, okay, what's my grid? Let's say 1 meter. That's very nice. Okay, so now doing my propeller, I have to, now perhaps let's anchor what I have here with 0 there. And now I'm going to, and now I'm going to select 1 meter. So, no, that wasn't correct. There. Let's start more there, 0.1 meter. And start working with that. Okay, I can expand it by using size there. Okay, and fixing the height, something like this. Okay, so now I'm using tools 3-dimensionally because I have many elements to work with. So let me go and stretch the height of this stuff here. stretching. I'm paying attention to the bottom left coordinates window there. Okay, I don't want to mess anything. Okay, so and now, since I want my propeller to be thinner in its foil, so I'll just start being creative again. Okay, and now I'm going to rotate these guys to the left, say 15 degrees, and also do the same to its counterpart, to their counterparts on the other side. There, rotating. How much? 15. Yes, 15 minus 15. Okay, so you see now it starts taking shape. Okay, deselecting everything. Now I'll just continue with with smooth shifting there. So I have to have 6 say polygons. Okay, offsetting, undo. Perhaps I can 1 meter. Now they become 2. There, something like this. Okay, I can work with that. So taking these polygons, these points there, once more, taking them up. There, so something like this, and then taking these here. Okay. Now I can, of course, give it some emphasis to these. Just let me change to that view so that I can see what I'm doing. Give an emphasis to that. 17 points, some point missing. There they are. 18 points there. So I'll just raise that. And perhaps leave this behind. And go up a bit. There, and we'll take care of this. There's a hole here. If you remember, we deleted these hexagons. So I'll just we'll just take care of that later. Okay. And also there's also a hole here. So yeah, we'll take care of that later. Now. Let us do something bold now. We will be twisting the shape of that and see what will come out of that. There. And it can look convincing. So I'll just that can be a boat propeller or something. Yeah, but anyway. So if I sorry. Let me do quads first. So if I freeze that, that will look like that. Okay, not too much, not too convincing. So I might need to do something else. So let's see here. I have these guys here. Okay. Oh, hold on, sorry. There. I have these here, so the only thing I have to do actually is to rotate that. Something like this. Okay. But it's too thick. I think it's too thick for a propeller. Maybe I'll just... yeah. Maybe I'll just squash everything. Perhaps. Yes. So here. There. Yeah. That is better. And now I can start to rotating all these, you know, these propeller wings. But now I have some problems because let's say, okay, this is symmetrical here. This is symmetrical, so I'll just select this and twist it, and all is well. But how about the other? You know, I cannot twist them in the same axis as that was. So the remedy is to twist this part, for example. Let's say twist that here at, okay, press once, 0 and minus 600 millimeters, and go into the numeric requester and say twist that in about 60 degrees. That should be like this. Okay, that was should twist like that. Perhaps it's too much. Say 40 degrees. Okay. Now that we've done that, I'll deselect and rotate the whole thing in 120 degrees, 1/3 of the circle. Okay, so I'll just no, wait a minute. Minus. I have to write down this, perhaps. No, for sure. So it's 40, 0, minus 600 millimeters, and 0. Okay, so this is the airfoils, how it's going to be done. So now I have to do something else to 120 degrees. Okay, now I have rotated the whole thing. Okay, this is the one that I already did, and now I'm going to go back in, say 40 minus 600 millimeters. No, undo. Undo. So I have to select this first. Yeah, and now I'm gonna be selecting rotate and then this one. Undo. Why? Yeah. Wait a minute. This is the Z-axis. This there. Very important. And 120 once more. And then I can select these guys that are left and rotate numeric Z 40 minus 600 millimeters. Okay, up, and my very nice propeller is let's say is done. Okay, and of course, yeah, let me save that. Propeller NURBS 3, NURBS 2 there. Okay, I can, and now I can do whatever I want. Let's say I want to lengthen these a bit. So there, just so that they will be so something like this, and let's say here, and something in according to this. Okay, let me get it into height. There, something here. Oh, great. So I'll just save that. NURBS 3. Great. And I'll just, now let's select triangles. Yeah, we'll select triangles because there's too much deformation there. Triangles and Control D. And I have my propeller. Okay. Now all that's left now is take care of these two holes that's on top and on the bottom. So I'll just, let me see, save that. Actually, propellers polys 1, and go in G there, and now I can there. Now I can, let's say the simple solution is just to create a polygon, and I can actually create a poly by selecting these points by their turn, and this is done. Okay, so now I have a, now I have a polygon here, and go down here and make a polygon out of this guy too. Let me see now, how am I going to do that now? Let me select these polygons here and see. I haven't selected everything, but let me. These are the polygons. I can see here. This is the border there. Okay, so let's see what I have selected. I have really no. So I'll just deselect, then select these part here. Now I'm sure everything is in my area of interest is inside, and hide unselected. Okay, and then I'll just hide these. No, I need these. I don't need these. I don't need these either. But anyway, they're not inside. They're not in my way. Anyway, yep, there, yes. So now I can work with my object here. Okay. Yes. And I'll just start selecting Oops, sorry. Here, polygon. Now the polygon is complete and hiding everything. Okay, so the bottom might not be visible, but the top will be. So we can just go on by beveling. Let me there something like 20 millimeters. So going inset is going to be 20 millimeters and 20 millimeters. Nope. Undo. So 30 millimeters inset. There. 35. 40. And so now we go here and let's say 40 millimeters, 10. Oops. Here. No, that's too much. As you can see here, it overlaps everything. So I'll just go back and say 20. There. Okay. Now this, as you can see, there's this is a deformation now. Okay, I can go back and just input another point here. So yeah, but anyway, what you can do now is you can create a point here, or let's say I want to have it. Hold on a minute. That has to be symmetric. So where's the 0? Aha. Wait a minute. Let me see. That's not too symmetric, but I can G here. Yes. So you can there. Select that and start stretching or sizing it. Nope, undo. Here. Nope, doesn't want to be symmetric, so I'll just stretch that as much as it goes. That is a crude way to join that. So I'll just, what you can do, you can create a point here, a point somewhere here, say. Yeah, I'll just create it here, over there. And creating the point. Now you can select all these points, the points of the circle first. Okay, make sure you have selected everything. And last is the object that you want it to be the destination of every other point. Okay, and you just Control W for welding. And you have a very nice and smooth ending here with only one point, as it should be. Okay, so this is our propeller. So let me save that again. Stool, and name that propeller. Save again and going to Lightwave to see what we've done. Sorry. Propeller polish 2. Okay, so now we have our propeller. Let's see if it stands up to our expectations. So I'm just rotating that. There. Okay. Let's move my camera a bit, somewhere here, and put a nice what color should we? Maybe make it a wooden one, but anyway. Gray, okay. Let's go with gray. 180, something like in the middle, right? And specular, 2 specular, yes. And reflectivity, it won't show anything. Diffuse, yeah, I think we're good to go. So yeah, this is what we get. This looks ugly, but anyway, the rest of that is good. So actually, why does it look ugly? There. So let's troubleshoot a bit. There. Aha! So I have some offending polygons here. So I'll go back to modeler, delete that, and import my propeller from the layout, because that has a surface now. Okay, should I overwrite the older one to the newer one? I wouldn't have surface done. Why? Yeah. Twitch is crazy these days, you know. I don't know. I really. Can you imagine, you know, deleting the whole channel? Okay. There, so I'll just... Now it looks like a propeller. Now the offending... yeah, wait a minute. No, wait. No, that was done. That was good. There. Now, if I select these should be all pointing upwards, correct? Yes, but there are some... let me hide everything else and see what is going on here. Okay, so I'll just select everyone, go to wireframe mode and see. I think everything checks out okay, but yeah. Okay, let me send that to layout again. And that smells like double. Yeah, there are double what's the name, double polygons. So I'll just unify them, no polygons eliminated, and align 29 polygons flipped. Perhaps that was it. So if I do a count here, so let's say I select these 2. Why are there 3? So you see there's some extra polygons going on there. Now let us troubleshoot. Yeah, there's some, you know, the renderer shows that there's something wrong. So I'm going to polygon statistics, and let's see now what I have. See here, there's stuff going on. So I have one vertex polygon, which is located where? Here. So I'll just delete that. That's one error I corrected. Now 2 vertices polygons. There are 30. What? So that's what the renderer is seeing. It sees these are lines. So if I cut them and put them in another layer, these are just lines. See? That's what the renderer was looking at. So these are 2-point polygons. So I deleted them again, and I think everything checks out okay now. Great. Okay, so let me try once more. Polish 2. Yes. Okay. Granted, the shape does need a bit of reshaping, of course, but anyway. Yeah, anyway. So that is the thing. That's for today. Great. So yeah, something like this here. Yeah, it does look a bit, but anyway, yeah. What I can actually, let's see if there is a tool to remedy that. There. I've selected something more, but anyway, yes. Here. Okay. So there is some, I think pole 1 is the one I want to do here, perhaps here, and one here. But anyway, let's see what that does. Undo. Oh man, undo. None X, Y, let's say Y. Nah. No. There, I think. Ah, nah. Nope. Okay, let's say now radius, center, and 253. 253. Let's apply. No. You're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, yeah. We should have a blueprint of a propeller, you know? Otherwise, this is what happens, you know, if you don't have a blueprint. Anyway, I'll just save that. I'll just save that and won't stretch it more. Anyway, so export propeller, yes, and then layout. Let's see here again, yes, and let me see if I can make it in wood. That is 2 texture size, so 1, 3. There. Looks good for wood, you know. Yeah. Temperature keeps rising. Anyway, that is for today. Let me get back that specularity. Yeah, I love that specularity. Yeah, you can, you know, texturing gets nice. But anyway, yep, saving all that, and yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you, George, for being here. Who else is here? Ah, we have Academy Impossible and Cashiering. Okay, thank you guys for being here. I hope you can now understand more or less, you know, how NURBS work. I mean, it's a very helpful tool. It's very powerful, and sometimes one can get, you know, confused because you can have some like dead ends when polygons get mingled together and you get errors. But with a lot of practice, you can see where your creations are going. You can manipulate stuff and so on. Okay, so save. I just save that. Yes. Shout out to my patrons and supporters. Thank you very much. We are closing. Closing in on 50 episodes, and I couldn't have done it without your support, you know. And I would really like to thank you about that. Thank you for that. Okay, so last but not least, shout out to patrons and supporters. George Chuck and Oswald Carroll, thank you also for being here. Midwan, Yarla, Anthony Jarvis, GS, and Chris Forrester. Yeah, I remember that. Anyway, okay. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Keep on rendering and see you next week for the last episode of the season. Okay. See you. Bye bye.